Hello, I'm Sora Luxon, and this is Tarot card 7 of Cups. With their head in the clouds, the Lord of Illusionary Success adores a good fantasy. Here, Venus in Scorpio speaks to us of the daydreamer from the 20th to 30th degree, usually a person with a very active fantasy life, but not so much necessarily a real one. Floating high, these envisioned chalices clearly aren't tethered by material weight or gravity, and so are actually empty, as no water issues forth from them. Here, victories thought won dissolve into intangible mist. So much airy smoke, mirages of air and idea rendered into light that can't be tangibly held. The individual here is so mesmerized by these cups full of treasured possibility in the clouds that they are actually being passive, and so are full shadow. Rather than working in some way towards gaining these dreamed of goals, they are focused on the idea, the image of it, and so are actually inert. There is some chance of actual success here, but that success, that small success, is going to be balanced out, erased out, likely lost by the inactivity of the individual who is caught up in the dream and so is indifferent to grasping the reality of that dream. This card advises of someone who is longing or wishing very much for things. Often with the Seven of Cups, promises or commitments also that have been made are going to be broken or will go unfulfilled. Small wins don't move forward and manifest into larger successes and gains, but instead erode under the weight of deception or errors due to false illusions being judged inaccurately as pertinent or real. There's also some trouble with illegality here, and sometimes option overload in this card as well, where having too many choices stuns someone into a state of indecision where they can't move forward. They can't make a choice, so they can't do anything. There's also the possibility of dishonesty in relationships here, where friends or lovers may be engaging in a fraud of some kind, lie, scam, or deceit against the querent. If you're part of a couple and lacking a sense of unity or direction with your partner, if you're the querent, that is a type of fraud. If you aren't being honest with them or yourself about those feelings, then you are being deceptive in a sense, and the same goes for them. So that could very well be the deception being advised of here. Regardless, this magi is either seeking the wrong way of doing things, is being chaotically confused with an overabundance of sensory input, real or imagined, to where smart choices can't be made, or they're outright being duped. Also, obsessing lustfully after skills, gains, dreams for wrongly assumed self-serving reasons is a wonderful way to fall prey to much deeper vanities, overindulgence, wrath, ultimately emptiness. They're in a cloud after all. There's nothing really there. Moral corruption and amoral indulgence is baiting and tempting from the shadows in this card. The invisible energies, shapely etched, can't grasp the supernal. So beware, occulted ones. Beware poison and the stagnant, putrefied waters. Be cautious of the destructive habit gained and poor decision made. Make the right choice. And pretending that you're a hero or a princess with supernatural powers or an imaginary castle, that won't actually ever make you those things. I tend to see this card crop up with those who portray themselves online as something they actually aren't, which is incredibly common these days. I see it in a lot of different readings, with every picture photoshopped on their Facebook, or the endless list of, quote unquote friends that they don't actually know in real life or know well, who love to comment and post about how perfect their life is while actually feeling quite alone and not having anything real to offer themselves or others. So, fakes, catfish, posers, these are all words defining the same thing. They foster and focus on the illusion and become so wrapped up in it that it keeps them from taking any real actions. Underneath it all is a very real sense of fear. It's okay to have awakened your wonderful imagination, maybe to be grasping a counter persona or wishing to portray yourself in the best light. But if that wonderful imagination isn't being applied, if beautiful insights aren't being used usefully or are being used only to deceive others, that's not serving you, right? It's serving others. And that's never going to serve you as well as your imagination could when applied rightly. I also see this card crop up a lot with new seekers who haven't initiated to any formal method of practicing their craft yet. And not just magic craft either, practical craftsmanship as well. Those who have great dreams and are looking at that finish line reward, wanting it fully, but not actually, say, going to the training course to learn how to do a thing or get that dream job and then garner that experience with labor over time. They're dreaming, but not doing the real work that's involved to gain and hone the real energies or magics or skills. They're just looking at the payoff and thinking how to get from A to Z without the in-between of the rest of the alphabet. And they just want to get that prize that they want. Well, you can't. So stop dreaming and start making it a reality. That's how you get to Z. That's how you get the prize. If it's indecision holding you back, make a choice. You can't make your dream happen until you know what it is, right? You can't do what you want until you know what you want. So start there. You have to have a sense of direction to make wise decisions. So find yours. Don't overburden yourself with options. Maybe you already feel overburdened with options and you just need to sit with them so you can choose the right one. If not, don't add more to your list. If there are choices to be made, meditate on them, dream on them, vision quest on them, if that's your thing. But take the time to focus and make the right choice. And then whatever that choice is, stop just dreaming about it and actually get on it. Go do it. The Seven of Cups reversed. You're going to have to come back to earth and deal with stuff now. You have to. It's not up to you anymore because stuff needs to be dealt with in the real. Commit. Get rid of distractions. If you want to stop being perceived as flaky or delusional, show in action that you are responsible and reliable and can get things actually done in real life and not just in your head. No one's asking you not to dream or to forget how to. Far from it. Both of those qualities are wondrous and necessary. But let's actually make the dream instead of just gazing at it wishfully. Look at the card. You've turned your back on the rest of us, on sharing all of those things your amazing imagination has to offer us. Turn back around and tell us about those dreams you see. Write them down, draw them, build them, make them. Actually get them. Manifest them in reality. Cease seeking to escape the realities of life. Find some clarity. Until next time.